Speaking of all jokes aside, I have gotten to the bottom of the Wings Redemption nonsense that's been going
at long
on.
last.
Okay.
All right.
Demystify this.
I had to talk to so many people to get to the bottom of this nonsense. And like when you hear like what's actually happened here, you're going to like shake your head like, what the fuck? Like, who's the good guy and who's the bad guy? And the answer is there probably aren't any real good guys here, but except for us right here.
Always.
Clearly the PKA crew.
So I do want to apologize to like whoever I just refer to you guys as internet guys, but I guess it's like Wingtings and that crowd over there.
Sean Ranklin.
You guys did not edit that video in a way for it to be misleading. That guy is a liar. I trusted that gentleman Wings friend who was I need to start at the beginning.
Yeah.
Wings is being accused of doing something sexual to his sister by a longtime family friend. Someone Wings has known in real life is accusing Wings of this, saying that through hearsay, mind you, he's saying that he heard this, that, and the other, that Wings did something to his sister, and that's why all these other little things fell into place.
Because there was rumors going around through the family about possible sexual assault on his sister.
And so it's like brought up this huge thing. And so Wings is like, bullshit, bro. Come to my house, sit next to me in a fucking chair and answer for what you said about me on the internet to these people. And so the guy does so, sits there next to Wings in a chair and denies it all. I didn't say that. No, they took what I said about someone else. They edited into here. They clipped and copy pasted.
They took this shit and clipped it all the hell out of context.
And I couldn't imagine a scenario in which this guy is sitting next to Wings lying to his face about things that are easily disproved. I couldn't imagine that to be a thing.
That somebody would lie to Wings?
No, that someone would lie about something so easily disproved right next to Wings to his face, because 5 minutes later, the people are like, actually, here's the 4-hour interview, all unedited. And here's you, like, you know how like pulling something out of context works, right?
Yeah.
Like in a bombastic moment, you could be saying something ridiculous and you like plug that into another sentence and all of a sudden you look like Hitler or something like that. These are full sentences where he's mentioning people by name and like mentioning dates and stuff. He's like, this person's mom said this to my mom about this person, and it's name, first names of all these people. You know, this guy is, this is Wings' longtime real life friend, really a friend of Wings' brother. They grew up together, elementary school and shit. What it really seems like is Wings used to like bully this guy as a kid or something like that, or maybe when they worked at Domino's together, because they worked together as like teenagers at a Domino's for like a good period of time. These guys know each other,
so they were friends
this guy,
for a while. Okay,
yes, and this grown-ass man approached like, you know, the investigators from the internet is like spamming their inboxes on Discord with these paragraphs of like, hey, I'm this guy, I know this about Wings and that about Wings, and I know I grew up with him, and I know his brother, and I know
what
his
a
sister,
fucking loser.
Like he's and like finally he says something like, and I know something no one knows about his sister, and it's that moment where they stop ignoring him.
And the guy desperate for attention, willing to say
the guy
anything.
who's desperate for attention and like trying to hurt Wings, I guess for some reason, says this, and so that gets their attention, right? They're like, all right, wait, what the fuck? And so for 4 hours, they sit and have a recorded conversation with this guy where they told him it was being recorded, mind you. Don't let him fucking slip out of that one either. Here's the thing that nobody wants to say, because whenever like this guy, I don't know his real fucking name and I don't want to, the guy who grew up with Wings, whenever he's like talks about what Wings supposedly did, he's like, oh yeah, they said he did some. And then he gets quiet, like it's too dirty to say, right? You know, like, oh, I'm here to talk about child molestation, but it's too dirty for me to say the things Wings did.
Lying and implying.
It's like, lead with the fucking story, bro. What the fuck did he do? He said something. What did he say? Did he say that he did something? What did he fucking say that he did? Right. This guy's such a pussy.
Important clarification fact, this guy was giving specific dates, and internet detectives did a little quick search, and the dates that he was giving would also make some of the people underage. So they're basically accusing Wings of being a pedo.
Yeah. Here's what happened. Wings, at one point, being the uncouth motherfucker he is, said to his sister, hey, you've got some feminine odor that you need to take care of. That hurt her feelings. She told mom. The mom was like, hey, you can't say that. And he's like, we're all living here together and it smells. All right, boys, that is it. That is it.
That's
all
what
right?
he did.
Wings said somebody's pussy stank, and everybody's too embarrassed to fucking say it. So everyone's minds run rampant. Like, oh my god, can you imagine the positions and the contraptions they must use? Like
the whole thing was him saying like, "Hey, your vagina is kind of rough right now. We would love that summer fresh. Get some, we get some midnight summer's eve, or whatever the fuck that brand is.
It's like a young girl's on her period and she doesn't quite have feminine hygiene maybe worked out. Look, I don't have a vagina myself. Like maybe sometimes there's just nothing you can do about that bad boy. All right, I don't know. Maybe sometimes they just are unruly. All right,
yeah, being a guy rocks.
I've had swamp. Maybe it's just like a case of swamp ass you can't get away from. I just don't know.
That's what I imagine.
Yeah. So
basically, Wings was defending the hygiene of his home.
Okay, saying, that's unbelievable in and of itself.
So look,
like, how bad do you have to smell before Wings says you smell?
Now look.
Kyle will tell you. Wings. Apparently, I've never met him, but apparently he smells very nice.
Really?
No. That's something that Wings put forward. That's the
thing that I stick to. No, that's a Woody thing. I went on this. I forget what it's called. Alki David flew us out to Beverly Hills.
Millionaire Bash thing.
Yeah, something.
Oh, dude, I skipped that one. I heard that one was weird as fuck.
Yeah, you heard right. But I was around Wings for a weekend plus. The man smells good. Don't let anyone tell you Wings smells bad. The guy's got it on lockdown, or at least he did that weekend.
Things come in streaks, I guess. There was this one time when, like, every time I would walk past the kitchen, I would throw my Coke can, like, not even trying, right fucking in. Odds had to be 1 in 100 that I hit it. Yeah. Like all day long, I was hitting it. That's how Wings smelling nice for you is. He just hit it all weekend long somehow he did not perspire, or maybe OnlyUseMeBlade was sneaking up behind him with some axe. I don't know. But
in fairness, when you were around him, Kyle, it was the boot camp. He's gonna be sweat. If I was doing Kyle FPS boot camp and it's me, I'm gonna smell like dog shit because I'm gonna be pushing tires over and running around in the yard in Georgia.
When you force me into a corner like this, I have to give anecdotal evidence and just tell you that he smelled so bad that we wouldn't go out with him, and we forced him to bathe one time. I was like hinting at it, like, yeah, I'm gonna take a shower, and then
let's all take showers.
Yeah. One of the things that's like, hey, I'm gonna hop in the shower in like 10, or do you want to get in now before me? I don't want to use all the hot water. You do one of those things to politely nudge, but at the core of that, what I just said is like, we're all taking baths before we go out. What order would you like your bath to be? It wasn't, would you like a bath, sir? It's like when you're selling a car. What color do you want your car? Not, do you want a car?
He's like, no. And you're like, oh, I insist. You have to feel the water pressure.
Insist didn't cut it because he said, no, I'm good, brah. And so I said, you stinky motherfucker, take a shower or I won't go. And so that got it done. You had to be direct like that. And I know now that Wings appreciates that kind of directness. When you come right at someone and say, hey, you smell bad, fix it. Okay?
Yeah.
Because that's
some people need that. Some people really just need to be straight up told you can't dance around it.
But look, to Wings' weird fucking real life friend who's like way too obsessed with his life, dude. What's your deal, bro? And to the guys on the internet who, again, I apologize, you didn't misquote this guy. He was just a maniac.
So this guy went on. So this guy did a 4-hour conversation.
Yeah,
where he basically would lead up to an intense story and then just imply something happened.
Well, the thing is that
said that everyone was lying and the clip channels took it out of context and that Wings was only viewing the clip channels. And now it's come out that he did say all this shit and imply it. And the clip channels were literally just taking his lies and making compilations of it.
Yeah, pretty much. That pretty much cuts it. And look, if I'm wrong about anything still, I'd love to get to the bottom of it. But I watched all the videos. I watched an hour of like the 3-part series. And then I watched 2 more videos. I watched some old clips of Blade that were really good.
You mentioned that. What was Blade? What were these clips?
Man, I miss old Blade. Blade's been having such a rough time of it that like I had forgotten what a chill, like smart guy he is deep down. That he doesn't really do that much anymore because he drinks a lot. But like I don't know. I was watching him talk about Wings, just completely throw him under the bus one time. There was an instance where they were doing their podcast or whatever together, and Wings just didn't show up one week because Blade was going to be the guest. He just wanted to avoid Blade, so he just pretended like he was sleepy that week. And so Blade had this bit of like stupid internet drama where somebody like photoshopped one of his tweets to make it seem like he had said something about hanging a certain group of people. You know how that goes. But it's like a goofy bad Photoshop that like, and Blade's saying this. He's like giving like a whole monologue. He's like, no one thought that was real. No one did. No one messaged me. No one tweeted me. No one even chuckled about it because it was such a bad fake. Wings, and then it cuts to the clip of Wings doing it. He's like, I can't believe y'all replaced me last week with that racist motherfucker. and then all of Wings like co-hosts are like defending Blade. They're like, Blade had a black man with him when he was on. Like his roommate, I think, might be black. Like, I don't think he's racist, man. And Wings like, pull it. You know how he is when he's confident. Pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up. Yeah, let's look at it right there.
What if Wings made it? You said it was badly photoshopped, right?
No, not that.
And it's in like Comic
there was no
Sans,
crayon.
not centered under the username. Like just not even close.
Okay.
But it was just this terrible. And Wings was so quick to like with a little bit of nonsense evidence to like throw OnlyUseMeBlade under the bus. We should never have him on our show again. We should never talk to people like that again. And it's like, that juxtaposed with his current situation is one of those million things that makes it so hard to be on his side time and time again. Where like when the shoe was literally on the other foot, he was so quick to judge from like nonsense evidence and like try to like and throw somebody's reputation under the bus as being funny, a racist. Like, OnlyUseMeBlade is a lot of things, but he is not a racist.
I was trying not to mention those.
It seems like most of his friends are black.
But Kyle, you sent me that video earlier today, like the compilation of everything, the Wings compilation, and like you're right. Like Wings will sometimes lash out with no evidence. You know, not that I've never done that. I've done that many times, but like usually I'm trying to joke, make a meme or something, make a bit. But basically, like you sent me that video, and I like my gut reaction to all like the people calling Wings a pedophile shit is fucked up. Like that's so not true. It's really messed up to put that onto somebody and say that. And when there's no evidence that he did that or is planning to do something like that. But like, so I always have that instinct of like, come on, lay up on Wings, take it easy, like stop fucking with him. Like he's had his share. And then I open this video Kyle sends me. The first like 5 clips are like, fuck Merca. Merca can go fuck himself. All Merca did was show up and then steal all the money from the show that I made. That's all Merca Durka did. And it's like 5 clips back to back of like, he's shooting. It's like, what's that, Merca? Fuck Merca Durka. Merca Durka can kiss my ass. He stole my money. And I'm watching that like, you know, Wings, I'm kind of one of the guys in your corner, but I didn't even steal your spot on the show, you fucking retard. I took a different guy's spot.
It was Lefty, right? Didn't you replace Lefty?
Yeah. It was Lefty.
I've been a host 7 years. 2014. I started being a host on this show, and he still thinks I took his place. Come on, man. It was 2 presidents ago.
Hold on. What if Wings is like that kid that never is always bullied in school, and then he gets to be hall monitor for one day and just uses this tiny bit of power to just shit on everybody? Because Wings gets trolled constantly. He's been trolled for years. It's honestly not even funny. Like, it's kind of sad. I feel like just leave the guy alone. Like, he's suffered enough. But then finally, a break, light at the end of the tunnel. Wings sees the ability to talk shit and troll somebody else and just jumps on it instantly and unloads every ounce of repressed emotions and trolling into whatever, evidence or not, just going to lash out at somebody. That's my theory.
Let me read you an OnlyUseMeBlade paraphrased quote. I wrote it down today that I so cogent. When you're so fat you can't get on an airplane and simultaneously such a small man you can't get into a Skype conversation to apologize. Wings of Redemption.
Ooh.
When you're so fat, you can't get on an airplane, and simultaneously, such a small man, you can't get into a Skype conversation to apologize.
Was this following when
it has to be an old quote because it's about tweet? Skype.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be like what, pre-2017 kind of.
Yeah, and be a small man for not hopping on AIM and hashing this out.
right.
No, it's
so small they can't get on Jabber.
For not hopping on your landline, dialing up the wheel and hashing it through.
I don't miss that at all.
But that was your carrier pigeon, right?
That was in reference though to like, you know, the previous instance they'd had where he threw Blade under the bus, and it was like, dude, you always hear that phrase, "You owe me an apology." rarely do you mean it. I feel Blade is literally owed that. He is like it's like, hey, you owe me an apology. Like to this day, I guarantee Wings has never been like, hey, I was wrong in that moment 8 years ago. Fuck, what was I thinking? I'm so sorry. That's what I would say. Like, Jesus Christ, you like threw him under the bus like that for no reason. Anyway, if I'm still missing some pieces to the puzzle, I'd love to know. But boys, like, and I'm talking like all you investigators or whoever out there, like, am I wrong? It's because it seems to me that like everybody always tiptoed around like what he'd actually done. It was always like somebody said he said a thing about somebody and somebody thought that was bad, so we all did this. And it was never like, oh, he'd do every night. It would be this, that, and the other. I never heard anything like that. I just heard the one thing. He said a thing that people didn't like. His mom didn't like the thing that he had said to his mom or to his sister or something like that. And when it finally boiled down, seems to me the only thing that's even borderline here between Wings, his sister, and like drama is him complaining about a smell. And I know everybody's eyes got weird about that, but like
it's not even that weird. Like, and if it's your like, I don't have a sister, and but I have brothers, and I know it's not the same. But like, if one of my brothers, like after hockey or something, smelled like shit and he wouldn't shower, I'd be like, dude, come on, you smell really bad. Like, he wasn't saying it in any other way than that, I would imagine.
Can I just jump in and say, look, we're not going to be able to like put ourselves into a position where we can make this make sense for us. And,
we would never do this.
We would never do this. So like it doesn't even make sense to try to run the scenario. The issue, what you've got to always keep in mind here is you're dealing with a very odd man. Yeah. And like,
odd men. In this case,
I'm trying not to like say something really cruel here about Wings on the internet, like something actually like mean here, but like maybe he's not picking up on everything that you guys are laying down all the time. I talked to somebody today about this, and they were like, "Oh, I bet Wings is loving this. He's raking in the money and the views." And I'm like, "You have such a loose grasp on Wings, or maybe just reality, that I'm getting a little mad at you."
Finance,
right now.
like how do you think money works?
Wings is so afraid right now because people are calling him the worst thing in the world, that he's trying as desperately as he can to clear his name, but he's too much of a dum-dum to be like, "What? Tell me what I said. Tell them what I said to her. Tell them what the big bad is. What did I do? You said her pussy smelled." I sure did. 8 years ago, I told my roommate / sister that she had BO. Is that why we're here? Yeah. All right. Anything else? Anything else before you like try to ruin my life another step further, you roach? Like that's what he should have done.
See, that's all that it would take to handle. Yeah. I'm curious with you guys. So like if I like I said, I don't have a sister. If I had a sister and I'm living with my sister and my mom, and I'm worried about a pussy smell, in no world do I like knock sis. Like I go to
the arbiter of pussy.
I go to my mom and I would be like, "Hey, this is so uncomfortable, but Stacy, I think there's some smell coming from her. Can you have a talk with her? Don't tell her I told you. I don't want her to be embarrassed." Like that's the way a normal adult would handle that, right? Is that the way you guys would?
Sister.
I think I would have talked directly.
She smelled fun to me.
But no.
Woody's gamer tag enters the argument. No. Gaslight Woody, or no, we gaslight Wings into thinking his sister's pussy was never smelly.
I did meet her, and she didn't smell.
There was no noticeable odor when I met her.
Right,
and it could be an older brother bullying his younger sister.
The home did smell strongly of some sort of Lysol product, though. So
they cleaned up. They had guests coming.
Yeah, his mom smoked all the time, right?
It's like in the movies. You know, in the movies where they just barely get the crime scene cleaned up in time, and you get the investigators get there, they smell bleach, and that's just as damning as a pussy smell. Like, I think that's what happened. We got there and we smelled cleaning products. They had been hiding that stink from us.
Bleached? Either subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out.
That's right, fat boy.